Hello, good evening everyone. I am Vivek Kumar and I am with you for streaming live the course Fog Python. So I am streaming for Geeks and today is our 25th stream. So in this module 5, we are discussing list. So all through you can see that in the overview there were various things to learn, and we are reaching to the end of this learning. So after completing this learning, we will move towards the problems. Then we will solve some problems, and after solving these problems, we will go to the contest, and then we will complete this contest. So this is all done. These three tabs were remaining. So let's see how to reverse a tuple. As you know, that tuple is immutable. What do we mean by immutable? Immutable means immutable means that once the memory allocated to an element or a group of elements, the the elements cannot be altered. The elements cannot be altered. If you will alter any element in case it allows, then it will take a new memory location. That memory location will be invalid now. What I am saying, let me tell you diagrammatically. So as we know that in Python tuples are immutable, thus it cannot be changed or altered. This provides us with limited ways of reversing a tuple. Unlike a list में हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, we can do anything, but tuple we have limited functionality. So we will go through few techniques on how a tuple in Python can be reversed. So this is the input that will be given to us, and this is the output that we are targeting. Means we have z at the starting and k at the end, and we want k at the starting and z at the end. So we just want to reverse it. We don't want to sort it. So there is difference between sort and reverse, right? Now second, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is a sorted list, and we just want to reverse it. Means this is sort ascending, we want to reverse so that it looks like sort descending, but we have not sorted it. So recommended is that we should use this ideally. This is recommended, right, before going into the details. So let's use the slicing technique. First method is to use slicing technique. In this technique, a copy of the tuple is made and the tuple is not sorted in place. In place means in list we sort in place. Means whatever you do, we do. Either we reverse a list or sort a list, it is done in place. Means the new location is not taken for any purpose. It is sorted in place. Whereas in tuple, because the tuple is immutable, it will not be sorted in place. So it will take some other location to sort it, and then you can again reference the new location. So there is no way to sort to traverse a tuple in place, to reverse a tuple, not traverse, to reverse a tuple in place, and creating a copy requires more space to hold all the existing element. If we will create a copy, then it will require more space, because suppose my tuple is taking 1000 bytes or 1 kilobyte, then if I will copy, now the memory space will be 2 kilobytes. Therefore this exhausts memory if you will do this. So what is the way of slicing? we have sliced the tuple, the whole tuple, and we put this in a uh, new variable. So let's name that variable new underscore tup. So whatever the tuple is, it will be reversed and stored in new tup, and this new tup will be returned from this function reverse, and then it will be printed over here, right? So this is a simple way of reversing. I can write it in one line. Let me try. I want to reverse this tuple, so print tuple tuple colon colon -1. So this technique we have studied previously. So these three lines are comments, doesn't matter. So this is the final answer which will be given in one line. So you can see we just wrote tuples and then square brackets and then two colons and then -1. So -1 tells us that we want to read the list from backward to forward. So that's what we are doing. Now there is one more method. Slicing is one method. Now calling the reverse built-in function is another method. Reversed, D is important, reversed. In this method we do not make any copy of the tuple, instead we get a reverse iterator which we use to cycle through the tuple, similar to the list. So what we are doing over here is we are just using reversed tuple and we are making a new tuple with iterable addition, right? So let's see this, whether I can do it directly or not. So if I comment this, then this function will not be called, and here I am writing print reversed and the name of the tuple. So let's see whether it works or not. Well, we have reversed object, but it's not been printed over here. So what we can do, we can just use a list. Reverse tuple is converted to list and then we printed it. Fine. So although this is not the tuple, then we can again convert it to a tuple in the same line. So I am converting it to tuple. Let's see, can we directly convert it to tuple? If this is the case, then great. Well, I am getting the same answer. So why should I write all this? Although this is told in I do not require all this functionality. I am ready to write my code in one line. What I am doing over here is this tuple is reversed using the inbuilt reversed function, and this inbuilt reversed function will return an object in the memory. But for looking into that object, for showing that object to user, we need to typecast that object either in list or in tuple. So in this way, what I am doing, whatever the result we are getting from here, we are just converting it to a tuple, and then we are printing the whole answer. So that's what I am doing, and I am getting the same answer as the previous one. Well, so let's go further. Remove empty tuples from a list. So as we can see that there are few tuples, like this is this one, this one, and this one, and this one. These are few empty tuples which I want to remove from list, but I don't want to remove this one. Why? Because let's say that some blank may be the data, so I don't want to remove this. I just want to remove only this one and this one. Now again, let's say this. So in this I want to remove this, and this one, and one more tuple I want to remove is this one. Well, so let's try. So I have a tuple, and I am going to pass this tuple to a remove function. What this function will do, in this function we will when we'll get the tuples, we will go for the list comprehension. What this list comprehension is doing, this is making a list. How it is making a list? We are writing for t in tuples if t means if there is a tuple, then return t. If there is a tuple, then return t, and if the tuple is empty, then it will return false. So we are making a list of valid tuples only, those tuples which are having valid values, right? So this will make a list of this one, this one, this one, and this one. So these are valid tuples, right? Now this will not return all these three blank. So we are done with our work. So now at the end we will return tuples. So that's how we got this answer. Now there is one more method for removing empty tuples. So first method was using list comprehension, as you can see over here, right? And the second method was by using filter method. So how do we do it by filter method? Let's see this. We have tuple, we pass this tuple to a remove method. Remove method will get this tuple, and the filter will do the work. What work it will do? Filters actually, this is the criteria on which you want to filter, and this is the actual iterable, right? So this is the function or criteria, and this is the iterable. Right. Now what this function will do, this function will filter out all the values which is returning none, right? So this function will give you all the filter, this will filter out all the nuns and will take only value things, right? So these are okay ones, and hence you will get the okay ones only. See this. Now let's see what happens when we try running program in Python 3. On running the program Python 3, as mentioned, a generator is returned. So in this, a generator is returned, and you will not get the actual output but a filter object. Why? Because there is a concept of generator in Python 3. So we can use this either converting it to a list, or converting it to a tuple, right? Now this is the last one that I want to look into. Program to print duplicates from a list of integers. So we have a list of integers and I want to print duplicates. So that's already been done, but let's see how we can do this. First is brute force approach, means a random approach, and this random approach we look into the we look into this list, and we find the duplicates and we remove them one by one. One more method is using counter, and the counter will give you all the counts. What you can do, you can take a variable, and if the counter is greater than 1, then remove it, otherwise don't remove it, right? So this is simple method. So I hope we are done. If you have any questions, then you can post your questions in live chat and I will answer your questions. So on completing this, we are going to problems, and we have done 3 problems and we will do the 4th one today. Yes. It looks a long problem, but it's very simple and short problem. It will give you introduction to all the functions which we have read through. So it has been told that what append methods does, what insert does, just for revision purpose. We have all used it, and there is one more, that is string dot join. So that's a new thing that I will tell you. This is a string method, not the list method. So let's try to solve a question. Given a list of strings, the task is to perform queue operation on it. Insert element at index, pop from index, reverse the list, sort the list, join and print the elements of the list using string as delimiter. So n equals to 5, q equals to 3, array equals to 1 2 3 4 5, q1 equals to insert 0 at index 0, reverse array, print the elements with separate hash 5 4 hash 3 2 1, like this, and then do this 5 4 3 2 1 0, means with a gap, with a space. Okay. After this printing element with separator hash, your task is to complete all functions to perform different applications. Okay, fine. So let's start with insert r. Insert r. what I want to do, I want to insert an element at the given index. So as we know that we have a lovely function uh, in list, and that is insert index element. What it does, it simply inserts the element at the particular index. So let's see that I want to use, what is the name of list? The name of list is air. Okay, air, fine. So air dot insert, and then I want to use index and element. So this is done. What we are doing, this function has the array as the list. ARR is the name of the list. Index is passed. Suppose 2 is passed, then 2 will be passed over here. Element is passed. Suppose 47 is passed, then 47 is passed over here. So it will insert at position 2 element 47 in the list air. So that's what we are doing. Now let's see another one, air pop air. So we are writing pop air. In pop air, we want to pop from index. So as we know, there are two methods, pop without any argument and pop with one argument, that is index. So I am going to pop function, and here I am writing my code, pop air dot pop index. So that's done. Right. Now third is, I want to reverse the list. Well, so for reversing the list, the code is quite simple. ARR dot reverse, and it's done. Now I want to sort the list, so that's also very simple in Python. That's why Python is easy, no? Sort. So I would like to write code over here, air dot sort. That's it. It's done. Now join and print the elements of the list using string as delimiter. Now this is a complicated one. So we have not learned the join method, but here I will tell you that how to use join, right? So suppose I am opening my IDE to explain the concept of that join, right? So let's say we have s is equals to hello world, right? Now if we simply convert it to a list, it will become this type. So you can see, if you will convert a string to a list, it will simply make all characters as an element, right? Now what if you want to again add these elements, if you want to make this list as a string again? So let's try this. Can we do this? So we want to take a new string is equals to strl and print new s. No, it's not done. It's not done. Just think, if you can convert a string to a list, why can't you convert a list to a string? It should be done, but it is not doing. So there is a method join which works on string type object, right? So let's take a string delimiter. Let's take a string delimiter is equals to hash. So now what is delimiter? Delimiter is a string now, right? Now we know that join works on string, so we will write delimiter dot delimiter dot join L. What we are going to do, we are trying to joining L, means all elements of L, with a hash. So let's see what is the answer now. So I will store this answer in a new string, and then I will print new string. So can you see this? We are done. We have done this. We have joined back, and now hello world is a string again. So let's find the type of print type of new s. So it is saying that this is a class string. It belongs to a class. This is an object of class string. Now if we don't want to join with delimiter hash and we just want to join with a space, can we do this? Yes, we can do this. H space E space L space, in this way. So that's what we are going to do over there, right? So let's try there. We have a string and we simply want to join that string, join that list with the help of this string. So I will complete this return statement directly over here, and let's see, after compiling, there is an error, and the error is that list object has no attribute reverse. There is a spelling mistake, sorry. REVERSE, now it's right. Again an error. Name L is not defined. Where we have used L? We have used L somewhere. Okay, join L. So I should use R in fact. So 5 3 I think is the correct, and 1 2 3 4 5 is the input. If I will insert 0 at index 0, then I will reverse, then I will join with hash, then this should be the output, and we are getting the right output, so we can submit now. So problem is solved successfully. We can go for a new problem. So we are done with the functions in list. Then we are going for average with max. Average, min, max. Okay. Sum, min, max we need to find. We have an array of 5 elements and the output should be 6. Why 6? Minimum element in the list is 3, maximum is 12, so average is 18 upon 3 equals to 6. 18 upon 3. Okay, means is this sum or what? 12 plus 3 is 15, it's not 18. So average excluding min and max. Okay, excluding min and max. Fine. So the task is somewhat lengthy, because finding min and max is just a matter of second. Let me show you. We have an array, so I can just find min r. I can just find max r, and I can assign this min value to a variable mi, and I can assign this max value to a new variable ma. Now I can print mi and ma, no problem at all. Even I can make a sum of all the elements. So these are few simple steps, few simple inbuilt functions that makes our work easy in Python. Although my output is none, but on submitting it will tell you what output I am getting. Correct output 5094 and my output is none. Well, so it's not showing the outputs because I have not written print. So print mi, ma and su. Three is minimum, 12 is maximum, 33 is sum. So 3 is minimum, it's right. 12 is maximum is also right, but the average is not correct. Why? Because it is saying that you have to remove this. So first we need to remove these elements from the list. So what I will write, add dot remove mi, and then I will write add dot remove ma, and then I will make the sum. Is that okay? So I removed minimum, I removed maximum, and then I made the sum, and now again I will find the print su. But I want to divide by 3, so print su by 3. So I will not directly write 3, I will write length of r. On compiling it, we will get 6.0 and none, whereas the output for input 5 and this, the output should be 6. The output should be 6. So what we are going to do is, we are doing the integer division. And then we will return it. So is this saying for printing or returning? Maximum, if more than one copy of minimum maximum elements exist, ignore one. Your task is to complete the function and returns the required average. So we are returning the required average. Let's compile it. Okay, and submit it. It's also done. Now moving on to next problem. So average min max is done, and we are doing the last one, sorting in list. So sorted air key equals to compare sort. What it is saying is, that air is a list you want to sort, and compare sort is the function in which you need to write your comparator. Why, right? So air we want to sort the list according to second value of tuple. So second value of tuple is 1 2 3 and not ABC, right? If second value is same, then sort according to first value. Then just mention the comparator as key in sort function and define that function with return value. What it is saying, if the then sort according to the first value, then just mention the comparator as key in sort function and define that function with return value as the key according to which you want to sort the list. Okay, so that's a long enough task. We need to think about that. Let's implement this out through a question. Given a list of tuples comprising name and marks of a student, so here we have the list where A is the name and 100 is the number, B is the name and 100 is the number, and it is saying that this is an example, one more example to understand, and it is saying that you need to first sort by the number, and then if the two names are same, then you need to first sort by the name and then the number, right? So we will write custom sort over here. So now we have an array. So for this array we will use s is equals to sorted array, and then we want to work on the key, right? So this is all written over in the main. What I want to do is here, that if the first key of the item means I need to iterate this. So for a comma b in air, or you can say key comma value in air, if first let us print it, right, so that we can come to know that what is out there. There is an error, not enough values to unpack. Okay, so let's find the tuple only t, and let's print the tuples. None type, unordered types, custom sort. So do you guys have any idea about this? Can I get your inputs? Hi guys, can I get your inputs? What should we do over here? So when we will pick out the elements one by one, means we have an array. So first let's see what's an array. Let's visualize the code. So this is an array and I want to pick out this one, then this one, and then this one. So one by one I will pick out all these, and then I will say that if a and a I want to sort with 1, so in this key will be this one. Okay, so on finding the tuple, custom sort would give the key, and the key is 1. So in this strategy will not work. Sorted key is equals to lambda, and now there we need to means write key. So key is equals to lambda, and we want to sort ascending, so no problem. So sorted, and then we will pass r, and key is equals to lambda, and we will define lambda on x and y, right? On defining lambda x and y, we will take y if x is not duplicate. If count x is equals to 0, else we will take x. Else x. So let's see whether this works or not. There is some error, and what's that error? Lambda missing one required positional argument y. Lambda required one positional argument y. Y if count x is equals to 0. So what if I write y only? Then let's see the output. One required positional y. So we can directly write y. Key equals to lambda x comma y provided to given one y. Add dot sort key equals to custom sort, and custom sort function should return the sorted array. And what is not returning sorted array? Because lambda missing one required positional argument y. What is the error? Key is y. If I directly write key is, if if I directly write key as y, then it does not know y. So do you guys have any solution for this? I need to solve it on my ideally, because I am unable to see outputs over there. So I will solve it here. So what list we have, let's see. We have array equals to this. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to make this list sorted here, and I don't want to give any key. Obj, and then we will print obj.